a second.
It's a kinship, it's a friendship, it's a relationship, and all that means is what a brunch bunch ship. You know, if you heard what a fellowship is my favorite day of the week, it is Throwback Thursday, and in order to know where you're going, you must know where you come from. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with the queen of Throwback Thursday.
Whatever. It's your girl, Tamara Fair on the air, and I am still the queen of trap gospel, y'all. I cannot wait until this Thursday turns into Friday.
Well, you know what? Friday is your favorite day of the week.
It absolutely
and
is.
You know what it's turning into mine as well now.
No, actually, I've been very confused the entire duration of your being on the Brunch Bunch. Every day seems to be your favorite day.
You better believe it. Any day above ground is a good day. And you know what? This joy that I have, the world didn't give it, and the world cannot take it away.
Well, the joy that I have comes from the lining around your hairline.
Well, you know what? Last week I got the line and I wasn't as happy. But you know what? As I was driving in, I just started thinking about how good God has been. Even in the midst of all that we think is going wrong, God is still good.
You got to breathe in blessings and exhale pain, literally.
Well, I heard Bishop Richard Clean say one time, the good news is the bad news was wrong.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So believe the good news is that the bad news was wrong. And whoever told you not to listen to the Brunch Bunch, don't listen to them. Call your friends and your frenemies and tell them to tune into the Brunch Bunch right here on the Inspiration 1390.
Hey, Penny. That's my cousin. Hey, Scott Larry. What's going on? Thank you guys so much. What's up, my sister? Oh, it's a family affair. What's up, Touch? Oh my God, I know that you guys are in California, somewhere warm. But guess what? Today it's what, 50, 60 degrees in the shot?
Yeah, but this shot, God, what is the word? Where it's dark, where the building blocking the sun. Shadow. I said that, right? The shadow coming in, I was freezing. I said, why is it so cold? But in the sun, of course, it's warm.
Can somebody please remind him that last week it was 20 degrees up in this piece? Like literally, you better count your blessings and count your degrees.
You know what? The news showed all of these people at the beach.
What beach?
There was a lot of
at the
not
lake
Rainbow
front.
Beach.
Not Rainbow Beach. On
not 57th Street
downtown.
There's people at 31st yesterday.
They don't got no sense over there at 31st. It's raining and snow on the mountain. Snow on the mountain is normal, Taj. Raining in Southern California is not normal. They made a song about it. It never rains in Southern California. Well, we definitely don't want you fired, sis. I love you. Kiss my nephews.
You got a question of the day?
Well, for
social media.
Of course. It's not that I'm thinking. I got it. The question of the day is, what is one of the hardest things you have ever had to face? Did y'all hear that? Your exclusive social media topic is, what is the hardest thing that you have ever had to face? You know, a lot of times when we're living in the moment of hard things, we think that's the hardest thing we've ever had to face. So we think back and we think, oh, you know what? I've done this before, but I remember now because, you know, God has a way of making you forget. Like to me, when I was pregnant with Mariah, I thought this was the hardest thing I had ever done. But then I got pregnant again and I was like, you know what? I forgot about that pain. Right. I already told y'all I had a miscarriage.
I know, Lord. I don't go no further. Please.
I mean, just, you know, I'm not oversharing. I'm just saying people have issues.
Somebody told me, I don't mean to overshare. As they began to overshare, I'm like, lady, I don't want to hear all of this.
But if you ever notice, whenever people get ready to do something that they say they're going to not do, they preclude it with, now, I don't mean to be rude, and then they go and say something super rude.
Well, when somebody say, I don't mean to interrupt you, I'll be like, well, don't, and I keep talking. Then I'm like, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
DJ B-Lo, you have officially been hired as the DJ for the LaShawn Ford party. It's all going down on March the 1st, y'all. And guess who is going to be spinning on the ones and twos? Somebody tell me the answer.
DJ B-Lo.
Not BJ B-Lo. DJ B-Lo.
DJ. I said DJ. Did I?
You said BJ B-Lo.
You know what? Something's really wrong with this
I
lady.
miss you all the time. You make me sick of that.
I already know, but don't cuss.
I'm not.
What's the hardest thing
You've ever had to face?
2 toddlers alone.
Yeah, that's hard. That is very hard. That's the hardest thing you've ever had to face?
Well, no, this whole situation with Valencia is the hardest thing I've ever had to face.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part, because I'm so, faith-filled and upbeat, is I'm so strategic in what I do, and I'm used to being in control and being able to make stuff happen. And navigating this is like, every time I think, oh, yeah, we could just do it this way, wrong answer. Every time I say, oh, I'm going to get up and just keep living, like, wrong answer. And I'm like, I got to breathe.
Yeah.
So that's been
There's something about deep breathing and making sure that you're breathing in the good news that really does help with all the things that you're going through that seem to be the hardest. And you know what? Hardest is relative.
It is.
Because it's in the now.
Yeah.
Like whatever you're going through in the now seems the hardest because now you're going through it. And all the things that you've gone through and gotten through seems like, okay, I conquered that hurdle, so it's not the hardest thing. But if you can think back to your mindset when you were going through those hurdles,
yeah,
what is it about?
I think sometimes you can't get lost in the sauce, as they say. You got to, because sometimes it's so easy to allow the enemy to come in and tell you this is wrong, this is not going to happen. And you get going down a rabbit hole of doing things that you don't do and not wanting to do things that you used to do. And before you know it, you could be in a depressive state.
Yeah.
And so you just got to stay focused. You got to remember, I was thinking back, MJ was in the hospital.
65 days.
Well,
65 days straight.
Well, I was off 65. He was in there a total of 6 months. But look at Zion making his back in the building.
See how God just keep bringing full circle?
So if he brought us through that, if he could bring MJ through, I thought about when they told us Valencia was pregnant with MJ, but there was no baby there. It was just an embryo, and they asked us to abort. And she was like,
how you get pregnant with no baby?
It's called something where the sac grows, but there's no baby in there.
It's called misdiagnosis.
It's called a fool.
Maddox is clearly a baby.
Well, no, this was MJ.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah, MJ and Valencia, they called us like, what are you going to do? I never forget, we were in LA and Valencia just cried and nobody knew we were pregnant yet. And I'm like, Valencia, we're going to believe God.
Because he does bring you through.
And and when she went back, they said, oh, there is a baby here. Now, what if we
What did you all say? Okay, dummies, where did you get your medical degree?
I just said, God, we thank you.
That's so sweet. Because I would have said something.
I know you would have cussed him.
No, I wouldn't have cussed him out because, I don't cuss out people that's going to feed me or that's going to stick me with a needle. Because I don't know what you could be sticking me with.
Valencia, please don't be mean to these nurses because if I step out, I don't want them to flip you the wrong way.
So you know what? I'm glad you said that because what? A lot of times people, what's up, T Breezy? Oh, that's me. What's up, Tanya?
I'm about to say,
I'm T Breezy.
Tanya, tell Tammy don't drink before the show.
I have to. Even though I don't drink any alcohol, I do drink because, honey, let me say this. Life has been lifing. And I usually I don't subscribe to that. But life has been lifing. Yeah. But anyway, so I was thinking, you see the negative commercials that they've been putting up for LaShawn?
I have not.
Oh, good. Well, there are some negative commercials about something that happened 14 years ago, right? Which to me says that you think he's the biggest threat, right?
Yeah.
And he's the biggest contender because 14 years ago, everybody was different. I mean, like literally. And he has made legislation about not having permanent punishment be a part of your life so that you can start it over and things of that sort. And so I don't know exactly who put that out. Well, I do know exactly who put it out.
Put them on blast.
However, I will. But however, what I am going to say is that,
get some pictures
sometimes when you're out and you're eating like these candidates, they don't know who their enemy really is. You know, you think you know who your enemy. Don't eat outside.
Yeah.
Do not eat or drink anything outside. And I've been meaning to tell candidates, you know, when you see people attacking you for no apparent reason, or it's just all like going back into the well of what has happened in your past period, like you got to be very, very careful. I remember the Minister Farrakhan. In fact, Savior's Day is this weekend.
Oh, you going?
It's in Detroit. So I remember Minister Farrakhan.
I thought it was here every year. No, they moved it.
They moved it this year.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Good. If you need help with your message.
What's up, Tony MCCU?
All right. Black History.
Yeah. Who you know the real history? Hey, how did I get these fuzzies?
Who's Black History? Who's Black History?
Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate you.
Well, of course, here on the Brunch Bunch, we are black 365 days a year. Unless it's a leap year, then we get an extra day to be blackly black, black, black. And I'm always excited to be black.
We'll make a song with a beat for that.
Let's do it. Today, on February 19th, 1942, the Tuskegee Airmen, the first African-American military pilots in the U.S. Armed Forces, were formally initiated into service. Known as the Red Tails, they overcame segregation to become a highly decorated World War II combat unit, and their bravery and excellence in escorting bombers over Europe challenged racist assumptions and helped pave the way for the desegregation of the U.S. military. And that is our Black History fact of the day.
And I am so proud of that. You know, as you go along I-57, if you're coming from 94, it is the Tuskegee
Sound
Airmen
real
Trail.
South Side.
Go to commercial.
You know,
go to commercial so that I can say what I need to say.
Well, in that case, let me keep talking. Well, listen, you know, we were talking about behind the scenes. So if you're not tuned in, you miss a lot on our live stream. We're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X. Shoot, we're going to figure out how to get on Donald Trump platform and stream.
No. Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, we got to share our message everywhere. What did Dr. King say? Only light can drive out darkness. I can't get nobody to help me.
You can't get nobody.
Okay, well, for the rest of my life, I'm not going to fight with Tammy. I'm not going to fight with y'all. But for the rest of my life, I will serve the Lord. It is Vincent Bohannon and the Victorious Army for the rest of my life, right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Everybody.
Truth Social, that's what it's called.
Oh, I didn't even know. You know what? I start blinking out. Like, I wasn't even hearing what you were talking about at some point. So anyway, for those of you who are just joining us on social media, the question of the day is, what is the hardest thing you have ever been through? As you maybe missed, we are talking about how hardest is relative, because most of the time it seems to be the hardest when you're currently going through something, right? And then when you think back, you got to think way back to all of the challenges that your life has brought you to, that God has brought you through, and think back in that moment how you felt. Was it hardest right now or then? And that's what we want you to put in. And if it's too hard for you to share on our thread, then don't do it. Call me and let me know. What'd you say? Don't do it. Don't call. Don't do it.
You know what? Paul really enjoyed himself the other day.
He's such an amazing.
And I told him that he should come and do a financial spot.
He should.
Yes.
And you know what? To watch him, I can remember.
I know that was probably really.
Well, he's been here before.
Okay.
But to watch him both times, and particularly this time because he had a little bit more time, so we got to see a little bit more of his grown man self. And to watch him and remember who he was when he was 2-3 years old is incredible. Huh? No, he really wasn't bad. It's amazing how I can remember their personalities when I see them grown. Yes.
That's cool.
He wasn't bad, though. His parents didn't play games, though.
Oh, they did.
Thank you.
Rest of my life, I will serve.
There's 3. I found 3 big ones.
I see.
You know what? Something is wrong with these people. Look.
I wonder how did you exclude yourself from these people population?
I
mean, somebody just let me know so that, you know. I miss you. Oh, I miss you. My grandpa, too hard for me. My heart every day. Yeah. You know what? When you have a loss, it is extremely hard to get over that loss. And it's the permanency. I had to tell my daughter this last week because we were going through, as you all know, we posted it on socials. But we put our dog down, and I explained to her that everything that lives must die, including the people that are talking about this topic. And so it's extremely hard for the people who are living past the passing of your loved ones. So my heart goes out to you, D-Lo.
Oh, what did he say, Miss?
His grandpa.
Well, in these hard times, it makes me think about people who have gone on, who, if they were here, I would be even better, you know, because like if my granny was alive, these kids, I could just, even though my parents doing a phenomenal job, but I keep telling them, which my mama is like, I don't want nobody having my kids. Mm-hmm. I'm like, but I'm gonna burn you out, and then when I need you, you ain't gonna be there for me. I'm like, so I gotta find extra help. And I said, oh, if Granny was here, I could have just been
but you should let your mother do what she do.
Because
it's really stressing you out, and it's not stressing her out. What's stressing her out is that you're stressing out trying to find an alternate.
Well, that could be true.
No, that's not could be.
Well, listen, I step back. I think I put that in the playlist. I step back and let God do it. I ain't found no other help. You get him, Ma. See you later.
And he sure did transition fast.
Yeah.
You get him, Ma.
Like finding good help from toddlers is not easy.
You sound like you sick of the dog on her. Go get him.
Go get him. Go get him. I'm trying to do something.
Yeah, you should probably ask your mom to go get that too, because it seems like you're having a little bit hard of a time over there. You done picked up that phone. It seems to be like you just keep pressing the same button.
You would think I'm a senior citizen. I don't know. How do you know? Watch it, Diane. Watch it.
I think we're all getting old every day. Every minute of that. Today I woke up. What's up, Diana Sugar? Let me tell you something. Today I woke up and I was in the best mood ever. I was like, God is, when you start your day out with God, it really does set the tone for the day.
It does.
And then I got out the bed and my side said, get back in the bed.
Oh, Lord.
And I wasn't giving in to the side. The side didn't tell. My God told me to get out the bed. So I got out the bed.
What time is the guest calling in? 12:40.
Oh,
so
tonight.
I did something I haven't done in over 10 years. Before Valencia and
you
I
got
started.
Here on time.
Well, that too. No, before Valencia and I got together, and it's not that I stopped because of her. I don't know. I stopped. But every night when I went to sleep, I would cut my gospel music on and let it play in the background. And it just kind of low subtly. Yeah. And so last night I was up and the kids, I had to get in the bed to make sure they stay asleep. And I had cut music on just to, keep my attention while I'm making sure they sleep, and fell asleep. But all in the middle of the night, like every once in a while, I'll hear some words. Like it was a song, Jesus, 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 healer, healer. And I would wake up, go to the bathroom, and I felt good. And then another 2 hours, something else my unconscious mind would pick it up. And I felt so good when I woke up.
That's so awesome. Well, that means you should do it again tonight.
I was going to definitely do it again tonight and tomorrow
and
night and the next night. Oh, you know what? Behind the scenes, I tell you this. I stopped. I said I stopped because I saw that it was causing issues and mental.
Oh, mental.
But last night I said, you know what? A drink won't hurt me. I was sitting there in the enemy because then you needed to debrief and you had a long and it's a lot. And I said, you know what? I ordered it.
Ordered a drink?
Yeah, to be delivered. They'll deliver a drink.
Drinks. Okay.
And I fell asleep. And they called my phone 7 times to deliver it. And then by the time I woke up, I'm like, come back. And it was like canceled. And I'm like, I done lost my money. Then I went on. They said, we giving you a refund. And I'm going to order it again. And I said, nope, I don't need it. That was a sign.
Well, let me tell you something that if you don't ever remember anything that I say, I want you to remember
everything you say.
There's no problem that you have that a drink can't make worse.
You better believe it. Temporarily make it go away, but boy, once you
not for me. If I have an issue and I drink, Like literally, I start thinking about the issue, but then I start talking about the issue and slurring it, and that's kind of slurring. First of all, I have no tolerance for
Yeah,
alcohol.
Tammy drank some wine once and would sleep on the bench for 4 hours. Remember we was at the hotel?
What? At the hotel? At the Push convention?
Yeah, at the Rainbow Push World Convention. Everybody's like, is she okay?
I'm talking about dignitaries were coming in there. I cared not about who saw me. I was good and sleep.
You laughed and played for a good while, and then you slept even longer.
Yeah, and you know what? That's when you know you're supposed to go home. But instead, the drinking told me, just lay right here. You'll be all right. And Marcel left me.
No, I did not. I did not leave her.
He went upstairs. That's crazy.
I did not leave you.
You a whole lie.
I didn't leave you. I was.
You left where I was.
I was sitting over on the other side talking.
My cousin Helen was right there, and she said it's a good thing I was here because Marcel went way over there.
That's crazy.
Well, right, I left you with family, but I was in the same room. But by the time she left, we all left together because I took the Duchess to
you was over there
see R. Kelly. Remember, she wanted to see R. Kelly.
Frolicking with the Duchess. All right, guys, let's get back. I don't see you guys putting in the thread. What was the hardest thing that you've ever gotten through?
We're going back in. 3.
What's going on?
You want to do what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was we doing in the row? I'm confused.
We were going to go to in the row.
Oh, go to in the row. I was just making sure we had a drop ready.
Oh, shoot. I thought in the row was my segment.
It is.
No, it's not. I thought what's going on was my segment.
Oh.
No, I didn't drink.
That's why I'm like, now you don't drink.
All right, we're going in. 3,
Drinking make me sleepy.
2,
Obviously, we were just talking about that. So, when you are anxious about something, that's when the outcome turns out not like you wanted it to. But when you give it to God, I promise you that outcome is going to turn out exactly, if not better than you wanted to. So speaking of better outcomes than we had anticipated, Governor J.B. Pritzker proposes a new social media fee to help fund Illinois public schools. And Illinois J.B. Pritzker, using his 2026 State of the State address, to unveil a bold proposal aimed at reshaping how public schools are funded, and just in the nick of time because public school funding looked like we might not have any more public schools, right? So and we constantly talk about identifying new money sources. So evidently he has. So the governor framed the proposal as both a funding solution and a moral statement about corporate responsibility, arguing that tech platforms profit heavily from Illinois residents while contributing little to address the social and mental health consequences tied to their algorithms. His administration estimates the fee could bring in roughly $200 million annually to support K through 12 schools across the state. Under the proposal, social media companies would pay a monthly fee based on how many active users they have in Illinois, with larger platforms paying significantly more than smaller ones. Well, the structure is tiered, meaning companies with hundreds of thousands of users would pay a lower per user rate, while those with millions of users would pay higher flat fees plus additional per user charges. Well, the legislation would also prevent companies from passing the cost directly on to users, a key point meant to counter arguments that the fee would function as a tax on everyday Illinois residents. So glad he thought of that, because as I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking they're going to pass that on to their users. Well, not this time. Pritzker described the measure as a way to make powerful tech companies share responsibility for societal impacts on their platforms. So to your point about Truth Social, perhaps they will be able to fund and do something very impactful for education. So in his remarks, Pritzker tied the fee directly to concerns about children's mental health, misinformation, polarization, and arguing that social media algorithms have been shown to contribute to these problems while companies continue to profit from high engagement. Well, he said parents and students deserve better funded schools, and that corporations benefiting from Illinois' families should also help to support those families in return. Well, the governor also pointed to a similar social tax recently approved in Chicago, which is already being used to fund mental health services and crisis response programs as a model for a statewide approach. The proposal comes amid broader budget challenges for Illinois, including a projected multi-billion-dollar shortfall, making new revenue sources a central focus on the governor's fiscal plan. While supporters see the fee as an innovative way to fund education and address tech-driven social harms, the plan is likely to face political and legal scrutiny, particularly from tech companies and opponents who may argue it's oversteps state authority or harm business. Still, Pritzker positioned the idea as a part of a broader push to modernize funding for public education and hold harmful industries accountable for their societal impact. I, for one, am a proponent of it. And the reason I'm a proponent of it is, number one, I see children as young as 6, 7, 8 months who have social media capabilities. Now, they don't know that it's social media because for them, now, especially COVID babies, they came here swiping.
They swipe.
They swiping. And so they're swiping on YouTube. They're swiping on all your socials. So they're getting those messages inculcated into their psyche. And he's right. They are having some dynamic and detrimental impacts. So for your educational programs, they're dynamic impacts. For your non-educational programs, they're detrimental impacts. And so they should be held accountable because they being the companies, will then filter what they're shooting out to children, or they'll make it parental guidance mandated.
Now, I want to share, and she put it on social media, so it's public. Shout out to Krista Gardner, who is a West Side activist. I didn't pay attention. I didn't watch the State of the State yesterday, and I didn't really catch up on it.
Well, let me say this before you go. He also increased the money for childcare. So, I got pom-poms for Pritzker.
You better believe it. But so her issue is with the public school funding. So she said, so the governor's one-liner on his commitment to, and I quote, prioritize the evidence-based funding model and fully fund schools across the state, end quote, was all he could offer during this dangerous statewide and federal crisis. Well, the same was promised in 2017 when EBF was passed, and yet the state still owes Chicago Public Schools $1.6 billion. There was more discussed about what Illinois has accomplished, thanks to educators and school staff, than what's required to Trump-proof public education. Can't get those positive or plus outcomes without paying what you owe and fully funding public schools across the state. Brother Chicago Mayor's office did his part in sweeping $1 billion in tips for schools, parks, and libraries. Now it's on the state to do more than just promise and commit. At this point, it's given thoughts and prayers energy.
Where are you going to get the money from, though? That's the issue. If you still owe, you got to find new revenue sources in order to pay.
Okay.
So when you talk about innovation, evidently you didn't pay the bill because you didn't have the money.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that you don't have the money, but it has to be allocated. See, anything in government has to be allocated or swept, reassessed, reassigned, reallocated. Yeah. Right? So I understand her point.
Okay.
But the larger issue is, where do you get the money? And it's in innovative situations like what Pritzker is proposing that you get new monies to plug up same holes.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm going to look more into it because I had to watch my state of my state yesterday.
Your own state?
My own state. But, we like to stay abreast.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of times people tell me all the time where I get my news from is the Brunch Bunch. So we want to make sure that you're getting, and we're not a news show, but we do bring you news you can use. It is very incumbent upon every Illinoisan to go and watch the State of the State, because guess who that impacts?
You.
Y'all,
everybody
us,
listening, all of us.
Everybody that is in
Black,
Illinois.
white, yellow, red, straight, gay, whoever.
Absolutely. You need to see what these budgets are how these budgets are going to impact your communities, your facilities, the places that you frequent. And when you actually read the budget, if you have the notion to do so, I wouldn't say do it by yourself. Get a whole group of people, assign them certain pages, and then they can be accountable for highlighting all the things that are in there. And perhaps you even want to filter it a little bit more for those things that are actually directly impacting you and your communities or your families, so that you can really see what it is. A lot of pork gets in these budgets.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to pay attention because it is it can be smoke and mirrors because they can
Switch it around.
now they can say, hey, we're gonna give you $10 million. But just
You
because
got to match
you're
it.
in the budget for 10 million don't mean you're gonna get the 10 million.
That's
Because
true.
they not only you may be a line item, but it still has to go through so many approval processes. And you may not get it this year, and hopefully they reallocate it next year.
And
so
that's
you
a big hope.
and that's a big hope. So
Because a lot of times, if you have a line item in state or any kind of government budget, they want to see deliverables before they reallocate you for the next cycle, the next budget cycle. And if you didn't get that money, how are you going to deliver any deliverables, right?
mhm.
So those are things. And so, you know what, as I'm walking and riding along these campaign trails and I'm listening to these candidates talk about what you can do in order to garner wealth and sustainable generational wealth, a lot of these people talk about government contracts, right? And they sound really good, but you got to be ready for them.
You gotta be ready, and if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Shout out to brother Malcolm Crawford, who you mentioned earlier. I may not listen to everything you say, which I do, and he probably thought the same thing. I didn't listen to nothing he said, but he taught me something. That one of the best things he ever said to me, that when two men are fighting, the third man wins.
Mm-hmm.
And so daycare is winning because two men are fighting.
Yep,
Donald Trump and J.B. Pritzker.
that's right.
And so the third man, all the daycare
That's
owners
right.
are winning. So shout out to the two men fighting because the third man win. Tina said, to matter of fact, I got a whole cheerleader outfit on. Rah, rah, funds.
That's right. That's right. And don't forget your pom-pom, sis.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, the beautiful thing is that when the daycare crisis happened under Trump recently, when he said he was cutting the funding to Illinois, I had a daycare owner call me and she was in distress. She was talking about closing all her centers and laying all her people off because she couldn't afford to keep payroll going if they weren't going to pay those federal dollars. And it would essentially bankrupt her, she thought. And I kept saying, listen, you got to trust God, you know, and at the end of the day, if we put it in the hands of God, if we trust God, then these type of outcomes come. And he shows you through this type of legislation that I am God. It's Donald Lawrence, I am God, right here on the Brunch Bunch. Did we play that already?
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen. I thought I was hearing it in my mind, but you know what? That's why I got to step back and let God do it. I'm trying to be in control. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on the Brunch Bunch.
You should just read it. You saw me looking at you like,
I'm like, I did read.
I just sent it to you because your airdrop might know.
Okay, but just send it, Jim Chu. If,
Tony
if at first you
What's
don't
up,
succeed,
Noah?
dust yourself off and try
Diana,
again.
I already said hello to you guys.
I want
But
you to.
thank you so much for joining in
Cool.
today's
You don't know
exclusive
this
topic
song?
for social media.
I
Is
thought my
what is the
airdrop wasn't
hardest
on.
thing
I
that
thought
you
so too
ever
until I
had
seen
to
it pop
go
up.
through? Put your comments in the thread.
Okay.
DJ Bilo already said he misses his grandfather. Having that
Let's see what you
loss
did.
is one of the hardest things that
So I
he's
got
had to
the
go through.
mirror
Loss
talk.
is usually a really hard thing to go through.
Ain't no
But
bad.
you know what? The Lord does give you the opportunity to move past the loss. And then all the things that you've gained, you know, logic will tell you one thing, but your heart will tell you another thing. So deep. I want you to
Right,
reach
stay
deep
in
into
your
your
lane.
heart and tell me, what was the hardest thing that you have had to endure? So Marcel said that the hardest thing that he has had to endure is his current circumstances. And his current circumstances are very arduous. He has a very sick wife. He has a sick child. And he is the caretaker
Oh my
of
God.
all of them.
I just told. That's why I told Justin to do it because my
Losing
thing,
your
my
aunt,
speaker
Okay.
broke.
Tanya.
I gotta get it fixed.
That was hard. That was
My
Okay,
very,
that's-
very
sound
hard.
good though. Yeah.
And Tanya is a gangster.
Okay.
Like,
So
she
up
doesn't
close, it sound
crack.
better
I
up
don't
close.
care what the circumstances are. She is going to
I'm
keep
gonna
it
start.
moving. But
I want to
when
let
her
you, when
aunt
you
passed
come, I'm
away,
let you
she
use
had
that
to
phone.
pause. I
But
didn't
I'm
say
trying
stop.
to set up
She had to pause.
this Facebook. Well,
Kiki Hazley, thank you for joining us.
it
Thank
won't
you so
load
much.
to my store, but I don't know.
You guys,
Okay,
keep
You
the
don't have a
comments
thing
coming
where,
because you know
you
what?
post it on your
Sometimes
Instagram and
when
then
you just
automatically
write
go
it
to
out
Facebook,
or
it automatically
So the
text it
Brunch
out
Bunch
or
is
talk
linked
it
to
out,
my
it is
personal,
soothing.
but
Because
my
you put it, you release it out
Instagram
of
is
you, put it into the
linked to my
atmosphere, and then the
business
universe
Action
does
Jackson
its
page.
work. The
So we
universe
can do that.
definitely hears everything that you put out into it. It breaks its neck to give you what you desire. And if healing is what you desire, put it in the chat, put it in the thread. And let's just go about healing the things that have been toughest for you to get through. I'm not trying to get into your business. Hello. I keep y'all all in mind. I'm not trying to get into your business. There's an overarching message here, and that overarching message is healing.
Should be.
Huh? What's this? Supreme. You got a cologne? Wow, you smell great.
We lied.
I know what we
Talk
are.
about we lost.
I know exactly what we are. You smell great. This is my son. Y'all are perverted. 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 Did y'all see that? They are perverted. And this is the hardest thing I've gone through. Dealing with the perversion over here, up in the studio.
I would listen to the same thing to my mom. She bring up my shirt and be like,
Well,
And she don't give you that soft yank. She just automatically yank you. Right. She just brings you to her.
it's like, all right, okay.
she did. That's mom cleanser.
Mom cleanser.
Yes, mom cleanser.
I hate
You
that.
know what? You hate it now.
Man.
Wait till just keep living. Like my aunt used to tell me, just keep living. You know what that sounds like? Well, I got a light bill due.
That's how. That's the same thing.
Can you play that one too right behind this one? I know it's not throwback, but it is throwback.
It is. You can work it out. That's throwback. That was in 1985 that record came out.
How do you know this? I just want to know, how do you know this? Like, why is that right there on your frontal lobe? 1985. All right, guys. Don't forget what your topic is today. If you're thinking, I get it. But put the hearts up. Put the hearts up. If you can't talk about it, I get it. We'll deal with it. Oh, you know what? I got to update. Remember I told you at the beginning of the year that I had a New Year's resolution, and it was to grow my edges back. So I took off my lace front. I share too much with you guys. No.
Oh, my Lord.
So I took off my lace front and I started growing my hair, my own hair back. Guess how long my hair is now? Not as long as her hair, but it's almost as long as her hair.
That's who hair?
Her hair.
Oh.
This not she hair. This her hair.
Oh, her hair.
She hair is almost as long as her hair, and my edges are actually growing back. You know what? Everything in life is a process, and all you have to do is wait on the process to finish, and I promise you'll get your results. So I've been like counting the hairs.
Hi, this is Andrea Thompson.
Up,
I have Mr. DeCario of Little Sandwich House on the line for his interview.
Okay, hold on one moment. We'll come right to you guys after the song, okay?
And she took call right on time.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on one moment.
We wanted him to be in suited and bring some sandwiches.
I know, right?
Food guests only so y'all can bring us one.
Hello, they are going through a tragedy.
All right.
Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself.
But yeah, so we can say how good the sandwiches is to send more people.
You know what? I'm gonna put a prayer on you. Tanya, pray for him because he needs prayer. Well, I mean, we all do, but he needs an extra dose. No, I'm not using Stash & Co. You know what? I found, at least I don't think I am. I've been using this shampoo staying in your lane. In fact, I'll bring it tomorrow so I can show it to you. And it's been working really good. It's thickening up my own hair, and it's actually making where I didn't have follicles, it's giving me follicles. So it's actually doing an amazing job. Action Jackson, Tanya.
I'm like Freddie, I stay ready.
All he had to do was say yes, right, Zoe?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Oh, what happened to this?
Oh yeah, this is a good tamarind song.
That's perfect summer music.
Anybody want some Sour Patch Kids?
That would be a no.
You don't need
me.
I'm good.
Action. Stop it. Time.
Tammy not on the screen. So what's going on is joining us today is Dacario Pittman, owner of the Little Sandwich Shop in Bronzeville. After 2 decades in the hospitality industry, Dacario decided to bring something special to the community he calls home, opening a neighborhood spot rooted in good food and local connection. As the Little Sandwich Shop prepares to celebrate its 5-year anniversary this May, Dacario is also navigating a tough moment. After experiencing his second break-in this month, he's here to share his story, talk about the shop, and discuss what this moment means for small businesses in our community. Let's give a warm Brunch Bunch welcome to Dacario Pittman.
Thank you.
How you feeling, brother Dacario? Well, without all of the present circumstances.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm feeling okay, and I know a lot of times when these types of situations happen, you become upset, you angry, because it is the second time. And the first time it happened when I first opened up, which was a little shocking because you just opened up, you're excited, you want to see, you're putting something together for the community that you hope that the people. At this point, because it happened, and it's been happening a lot lately. And I just feel like at this point, this is a perfect time for me to try to reinvest in the community with our youth. And I'm gonna try to do this, as they say, just pour into the community, as they say, one cup at a time. So that is that's my model of this situation that I just had. So.
Well, I love the fact that you said that the break-in is leading you to a breakthrough, because so many people would be bitter and angry and maybe even close up shop. Because I remember I went to a concert and it was Erica Badu, and she was doing her Baduism, right? And then in the middle of the concert, she started like African dancing, and the people in the audience didn't really appreciate it. And of course, she's Badu, so she said, y'all can't appreciate nothing. I said I swallow, because she also called us names, right? But I say that as a larger, as a larger message, because it's like when you are literally trying to give your culture something that to be an amazing product, and they don't appreciate it, it sometimes gets you to a level of, well, I'll just pack up my shop and go home, right? But I'm so excited to hear that you are moving forward in the spirit of excellence, even though you've had some challenges.
Absolutely. I don't want to stigmatize the area. I love Bronzeville. I've been over there for 15 years. And I knew that that's where I wanted to be. So this shop and this cafe was very intentional. I mean, I knew exactly where I wanted to be. I just didn't know which space would pop up on the radar or where it would be at. But I knew that that's where I wanted to be. So the last thing I wanted to do was, I didn't want to stigmatize the area by putting up rollers, security rollers and all that stuff. And, I wanted to make sure that people felt like it was safe. I get a lot of people from outside of the Bronzeville area that come to the cafe. And it was funny because the first time that it happened, someone came by and it was just like, oh my God, thank you so much. I don't want you to put up rollers. I hope you don't plan on doing that, because it does. It stigmatizes the area. It makes people feel like it's unsafe.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. And I don't want our youth to feel like that's what we have to do for them to really, or people to really appreciate what I've done. I put a lot of money. I invested a lot of time into this. And like I said, I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm not any of that. I just feel like right now this is a time for me to really try to break through and show that Bronzeville is a wonderful area. There's a lot of culture. There's a lot of history behind it. And I try to tell everyone to come in. I appreciate the sympathy and you saying, hey, I'm sorry this happened to you. But you know what? I'm not mad. I'm just going to keep on pushing. I'm going to, try to involve the community. I'm going to do what they call a content and coffee day, which is going to be tomorrow, where I invite anyone, like influencers, people that are a part of the community, to come out and just come out and just support the business. If you can do that would be extremely helpful.
And that's what I was going to say, Dacario, is that we need to support when things have happened, we need to then pour into the businesses or whatever the project is so that we can recoup those losses and move forward. A lot of times we tend to stay away, but now we're encouraging you. Go tomorrow. What time does it start, DeCario? Because I definitely want to come.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to have Zion Ali. He's going to come in, and he's going to perform and hang out with us. I think he's going to get there around noontime. And I'm looking for our regulars, just our normal people that come through and support, who's been supporting me since I've been there. And if we can get some new people to come out and see what I've done and what we've created and what I'm trying to do in terms of moving forward, that would be great. So anytime throughout the day, we open our doors up at 7 o'clock. But I would say anytime between the moment we open until we close, we'll be there.
Well, DeCario, listen, we talked about the tragedy that has happened, but you're turning it into a triumphant testimony. And that breakthrough I'm loving that. Let's talk about the shop. For those of us who have not, unfortunately, had the opportunity to come yet, tell us about the shop. What inspired you to open it? Where is it located? What you sell? What you got going on?
Evidently, everybody wanted it. They want it when you're not even open.
That's so funny you said that. My sister said the same thing. She's like, why do we do that? Why don't you just come when they open? They'll feed you. Because that's just how I am. That's the type of person. I've been in the industry for probably over 2 decades. I started off with in the Wicker Park area, and I just felt like I got tired of seeing our people come from the south side to that area just to get things that we didn't have. So that was the initial part that prompted me to go to Bronzeville, because I'm like, we deserve this. Let's do this in Bronzeville. So what I did was I basically just created this shop in the Bronzeville area right next door to Chicago Chicken and Waffle House. And I got to mention them because the owner, Donnell, has been very inspirational. He's been like a mentor to me throughout the time that I've been there. But I want to bring something different. I want to bring healthy options. You know, I had the intentions from the very beginning that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give people something different other than chicken and hamburgers and things like that. So what we do is we serve sandwiches. Pretty much it's just like anything you would get at home for the most part. We have ham sandwiches, we have turkey subs, we have acai bowls, we have smoothies, we have all that stuff that you would consider to be, considered to be healthy, as well as coffee. We had a really huge coffee program, and I'm just basically just trying to bring the community something that we don't have. That's pretty much it. The things that we're missing.
I love a good sandwich. Now, literally, sometimes when I'm at home, my brother, he makes the best sandwich I've ever tasted. But I've heard that you might be a contender to knock him off of his throne. And I'll know tomorrow because I'm definitely going to come. Now, let me ask you something. Can you just walk us through what happened with the recent break-ins? And did you have cameras? Are you able to identify the culprits? What is going on?
Yeah, so I do have cameras. From the moment that when they came, they broke in, the cameras caught them coming in, and they didn't take anything. A lot of these small shops that we have in the area, no one really has a lot of cash around. It's nothing that's going to be left out for them to take. But when they came in, I guess the police officers were so close behind them, and I'm assuming, and I don't know for certain, but I really feel like these young kids are using scanners, because from the moment that he broke in, came across the counter, he left right back out. And no sooner he left out, the police officers or the cops came up like less than a couple minutes behind.
Shout out to law enforcement.
And thumbs down to technology, because they got scanners. They can't get caught. They running up out of there. Lord.
The first initial one that I had, it took the cops, and this was like I initially opened right around COVID. So it took them about, I would say, at least an hour the first time it happened. I was out there just standing out there waiting for them to come. But this particular time, I got to give a shout out to them. They were spot on. They waited till I got there, because it took me about 20 minutes to make it there, and they sat in the inside and waited until I can get the place boarded up. So they did a great job. I'm happy that things are changing, and it looks like it's going in a positive direction. And we're gonna see what happens.
Well, shout out to Mayor Johnson, shout out to the police department, because that is amazing to know that the difference from 2020 to 2026, that it took an hour and then the police beat him there and stayed. So that talks a lot about our Chicago Police Department.
And how it has changed.
So as you approach your 5-year anniversary, DeCario, what moments or milestones stand out the most for you?
Just the fact that I had so so much support in terms of the people that did know I was there. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of people that do not know the Little Sandwich House is there. I would say on a day-to-day basis, we are probably like 50, maybe 60% return, 40% new. I mean, it's just that many people that walk the door and say, I had no idea you were here. And my thing is, the part that stands out the most is that those people that have been supporting me on a consistent basis, they've all made it clear that we want to see you here. What can we do to help you? So those are the inspirational points to me. Those are the things that matter the most, is just knowing that you have the support of the community that want to see you there, and that they understand when these types of situations happen, what could happen. You're right. Some people would have packed up and been like, I'm getting out of here. But to me, I made it clear to every person that walked through, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about that. I'm going to keep on pushing until I can't push anymore. So, yeah, and I have to give a shout out to my girl, because she definitely, she's like, the crowd sounds like, this little slogan that we have, like we said, we're gonna keep on pouring into the community one cup at a time. And I thought it was great. I was like, wow, that's awesome for you to say that, because that's exactly how I feel. I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing and keep on pushing, and hopefully the youth will find something better, find a better hobby. Realize that you're destroying our community when you do this. You're not helping us out. You're destroying it. And
Exactly.
so many of our spaces are food deserts. They don't have these things. And this is why I want to keep on going. I have so many ideas and things that I want to do, because I feel like we deserve it. And if the bigger pictures, the bigger things are going to come in when they realize that what we have and what they see us doing with our own community is what's going to inspire other people to come in that have more money than we have to want to support and want to build behind what they see us doing already, which is fine. When there was Burger King, there was McDonald's. When there was McDonald's, there's Wendy's. So I'm not afraid of the competition. I want to be that pioneer. I want to be that mom pop place that that everyone comes and pours in and feel like they're at home when they walk through that door.
All right,
DeCario, that was amazing. Now, let's just talk damages. And the reason I'm going to talk damages, I got an overarching goal here. So what kind of damages or losses did you experience, and how does that impact your daily operation? Are you selling sandwiches today?
Oh, yeah. I opened up the next morning. I left at 3 o'clock, and I got back there and came back at like 5:30 in the morning. So I left, went home for a couple hours, laid down, and went back, and we opened up the next day.
That's the type of determination that we all need.
Yeah, exactly.
That is so amazing.
You're not going to keep me down.
Ain't nobody going to hold me down.
You know what? Now I'm talking to our youth. I'm talking to the people that have the mindset to go and break into someone else's dream, as opposed to processing and manifesting your own dreams into fruition. Quit it. Take that energy, put it into yourselves. Do not, I repeat, put yourself in a situation where your dreams are being dreamt in a cell, because that's what's going to happen.
Exactly. And I just want to kind of piggyback off that. When they came in and I showed them the video, because I did have video, they were like looking at the pictures or the video, and they said, is that a gun in his hand? Now, me personally, I'm thinking it's probably a phone. It's probably a scan or whatever he has. But it just goes to show you, this is how tragic situations happen.
Yeah.
They're coming in through a door, no lights are on, and they think this guy has a gun, and all he has is his cell phone in his hand. But that was the first thing they asked me. It's like, does that look like a gun to you in his hand? I was like, I don't think so. But this is how these things happen, and then, the parents, he's a good child.
I was going to say, and the first thing we see on the news,
he didn't do nothing to nobody.
Little Ray was such a good kid. He never did nothing except breaking the sandwich shop with a gun in his pocket. And unfortunately, the police are going to do what they need to do. Or if you would have happened to been in the store and armed and ready, so we got to pray for our youth. But we're praying for you, and we're praying for nothing but success for the Little Sandwich Shop. I cannot wait to get over there and check it out. We know it's next door to Chicago Chicken and Waffles, but what's the address? What's the hours? And is there a way that people can follow you on social media?
Absolutely. So if you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, it's thelittlesandwichhouse.com. You'll see us there. The address is 411 East Oakwood Boulevard. But all our media handle is Little Sandwich House.
And do you deliver, DeCario?
We do. We deliver. We do. Yeah, we're that one-stop shop. As I always say, we're that stop on the block.
All right.
Anything you need, you can pull up. You can order ahead of time. We'll bring it out to you. I have an amazing staff, amazing team, and we really, really are passionate about what we do. And I think it shows from the moment you walk in that this cafe is here to stay. We're not going anywhere.
This cafe is here to stay. We're pouring one cup at a time. We're pouring into the community. Sicario, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to pour into you and get some people over to 411 Oakwood Boulevard today, tomorrow, and every day that you stay open. Thank you.
Thank you. And shout out to Andrea the Plug for setting this interview up, because we're so excited to meet you. We can't wait to have you in studio with us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you allowing me.
All right, believers, make sure you get over to the Little Sandwich House on Instagram, Facebook. That's at Little Sandwich House. And you know what? He just made me so hungry. I'm about to run up out of here. You know what? Let's go, Tammy. It's time to go.
It's time to go.
We're out of time, but we're never out of content. We encourage you on this Throwback Thursday in the spirit of the late, great Reverend Clay Evans. No matter what you got going on, no matter how hard the day may seem, when you're done with your day, go home, get in your bed, and pull the covers over your shoulders and go to sleep, because angels are watching over you. Tamira Fair on the air. I love you.
I love you, Action Jackson.
Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you too.
Modi, Dior, I love you.
Oh, you know what? We get it done Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, right here on the Brunch Bunch. All right.
I'm going over to that sandwich house right now.
Are you?
You going?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Even though I like it good. Well, I don't really eat sandwich.
I love
a hoagie.
Like, well, that's a sandwich.
But no, he said
my
regular sandwiches like at home.
That's what I like. I like a homey sandwich.
No, I don't.
I don't want you juicing up my bread.
Oh, yeah, I need the hoagie. Because I don't eat mayo, lettuce, tomatoes, none of that. Oh, see you, Facebook.
Go support.